Hey everyone, it's Paul from One Cast, One Fish, and in a previous video we showed you how to replace the prop on the Garmin Force Trolling Motor. But what about that old dinged up prop? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to refinish that old prop to be used another day. Now this old prop is definitely starting out with some dings and dents, so let's see what happens. We're going to start with our Dremel on a light sanding bit, and I'm going to work on these edges and feather them, especially where these larger dings and scrapes are. Now there's no rush to this process. As you can see, we just want to slowly start removing material to try to feather and even everything out on this edge. Now another thing to note is our objective is not to get a razor sharp edge on this, because that will actually decrease the efficiency of this prop. As you can see, we got that prop smoothed out. All those major dents and dings are now gone. So we're going to move to the other side of this prop now and work on this section. Now that side wasn't quite as bad as the other, but we got all those major dents and dings out. And now we're going to move away from the Dremel and start finally finishing this edge. For the next step, I'm going to use this coarse foam sanding block. And that's because the foam allows me to follow those contours a whole lot easier on the prop. So this part I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to work on that edge, feathering and smoothing everything out, getting rid of these smaller imperfections. Now one thing to notice is that I'm going with the direction of the prop in the contours. I don't want to go against the contours or against the edges of the prop, because that'll only do a little bit more damage to this prop and get rid of all the work we've already done. You can already start to see how that has began to feather that edge to look new, even compared to where we used our Dremel to start on the other side. Again, it's just important that we go with the contour of the prop. Once we're satisfied with that edge, we're going to move over to the other side. And as you can see, the reason we chose this sanding block again is it's able to contour really well with this prop, and it makes our job a whole lot easier, and it ends up with a better finish. Once we're done with that coarse grit sanding block and got everything smooth and feathered out, I'm actually going to be moving on with another sanding block, just a fine grit. Here we have our finer grit sanding block, and that's going to feather those edges just a little bit more. As you can see, our edges have really started to form up nice. All those dents, dings, and scrapes are pretty much gone at this point. And we're just going to put our final finishing touches on the edges of this blade to make sure it looks pretty much brand new. For our final step, we're going to go over those edges one more time with a Scotch-Brite pad. And you can find those at Lowe's, Home Depot, or even your local Walmart. And it's just really good for fine sanding. It's going to get rid of any of the smaller burrs or imperfections in this prop edge, bringing it one step closer to finished. And we'll do the other side. And with everything smoothed out now, I'm actually going to take that Scotch-Brite and I'm going to go over the edge like this, because again, I don't want that edge razor sharp, because that reduces the efficiency of the prop and will make it more prone to dings. And we're not getting rid of the entire edge. I'm just buffing it down a little bit so it's not as sharp. We want it to kind of be a little bit dull. And as you can see, that looks really good right there. All those dents, dings, scrapes are gone, and our prop edge looks smooth and contoured. With a little bit of elbow grease, that old dinged up prop is given new life, can go back in the box or back on your trolling motor to be used another day. I hope you guys found this video useful, and just maybe one day it'll save you a little bit of money. Now before you go, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you have any questions, you know where to ask down in the comment section below. And we'll see you next time on the water.